Hey everyone, welcome back to another Steven Universe discussion video. So right before Gem Harvest, I thought we should make one more video discussing some other aspects of Steven Universe. And today I decided that together with Michael, we should discuss if it is possible for there to be, like normal garnets, opals, sugilites, etc. For any fusion gem. Is it possible that there are gems on Homeworld that we've yet to see that are just regular garnets or such? So what do you think, Michael? Do you think this is a possibility? Because, there are a ton of gems. We've seen a ton of gems bubbled and on Homeworld. Do you think that could be something that is possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I don't know how likely it is, because one reason I would say is so far from what we've seen, each gem kind of has sort of a base mold, I guess, to go off of. So like all the rubies mostly have the same look. Even all the pearls have a very similar form to them. But with the fusion, some of them have multiple eyes, multiple arms, and I don't necessarily foresee that being a thing for just standard gems. Granted, we did see Amethyst. Well, no, that wasn't even multiple arms, though. Her arms were just overly big when she reformed that one time, where she had just the super muscular arm, the super muscular leg. So that's one piece of evidence that I think kind of points against it. Just the fact that multiple limbs and multiple eyes don't seem to be a thing. But then when we talk about perfect fusions like Garnet, maybe just perfect fusions are able to have single gems. I'm not really sure.
So I was going more towards the the possibility that these, say, regular garnets would just have the same gemstone. They would be same colors, but they'd look totally different. They wouldn't have. They would just have two eyes, two arms. They'd look like regular gems, except that they just have the garnet gem. Because making say if you made a fan fusion, it wouldn't be wrong to just say, or a fan gem. It wouldn't be wrong to just say, oh, I want to make a garnet,
Right.
So I think I would say it would be possible, of course, yeah, expecting them to have all that amount of eyes that Garnet has, 3 eyes. That'd be kind of weird. Or actually, no, Sapphire does
Sapphire
have one
has
eye.
one, yeah.
So
Good point.
yeah, so maybe it wouldn't be too weird if one gem had 3 eyes. But I guess having more than 2 arms is weird for gems. I don't know exactly because, like we said, Sapphire has 1 eye.
Well, one thing that's interesting is that Peridot was aware that Garnet was a fusion. And I don't know if there's anything that necessarily would have given that away. I guess maybe she saw her hands, potentially, and saw that there was 2 gems on her hands. But if Peridot is aware of what garnets are, and if garnets are just a ruby and sapphire fused, it's possible that they actually only exist as fusions if Peridot was able to deduce that, Garnet was a fusion right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Because when we first met Smoky Quartz, their first sentence was oh, I think Amethyst knows who this is, and they were like, I think a Rose Quartz and an Amethyst make a Smoky Quartz. So that how they kind of said it is like this plus this always equals this. And we don't know if it could be be a Smoky Quartz without those 2 components. Because all quartzes are supposed to be warriors, so would that mean every kind of quartz is the potential to be a regular gem and obviously be a warrior? Because I guess there's probably a lot of quartzes, so they have a lot of possible gems they could use,
right?
So they wouldn't have to reuse one. But I still think it would be possible to just find a regular smoky quartz or something.
Yeah, and I get I guess for quartzes, because we don't really know, because I don't know that much about gems, but I don't know if you take 2 quartzes, it's always going to make a quartz. But if you take a quartz and a non-quartz, is it still a quartz? I don't think it is. For example, amethyst and pearl making opal. I don't believe opal's a quartz.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. So I don't know if this was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if because I feel like if that's the case, then because now we're getting into deeper territory where it's like okay, we have Alexandrite. So if say Ruby fuses with Pearl and then that fusion fuses with Amethyst and then Sapphire, does it still make Alexandrite? Because technically there's not a garnet. So I'm not sure if they started making those gems like garnets, like Smoky Quartz singular potentially, to kind of accommodate for those types of fusions, potentially like in war and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's there's like a lot left open on this, and do you think we'll ever get like an answer to this? Do you think we'll ever see, there's still quite a few gems that, we don't have, like even just like main gems that everybody thinks about when they think of gem. There's still a couple that they could still use for like new homeworld gems. So do you think we would ever see like a regular garnet or something? Do you think that would be possible? And according to, because things don't happen very quickly in the show,
right.
These just take their time. So meaning a new gem is a big thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think if they were going to do that, it would be kind of a plot point, because I don't know if that's like something that people necessarily care about. Because like when we learned that there are multiple types of pearls, for instance, like it was like, oh wow, this is a thing. Whereas if there was like singular versions of fusion gems, then I feel like that could get confusing for some people, just kind of become a messy reveal rather than an interesting reveal. So I feel like if we do ever find this out, it'll be through Rebecca Sugar or one of the creators behind the scenes, but I don't think we'll actually see it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's assuming anyone ever asked that question.
Definitely, if you're at a convention and you get a chance to ask Rebecca Sugar a question, that is something maybe you guys should think about.
Yeah. But yeah, if we never hear about it, then I'm assuming that that's just not a thing, I guess. If it's never seen in the show or it's never mentioned by any of the creators, I feel like it's just not something that, I'm sure they thought about it, but it's probably just not a thing that they actually ever implemented.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. Like I said, I think this is, it's an interesting thing to think about. I don't think it necessarily plays a big part in the overall story, because the only reason they would need fusions in the first place really would be for war. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably not possible to make a stronger gem out of nothing, if that makes sense. I feel like that's kind of the whole point of fusion, is to make even stronger gems. So yeah.
So what do you guys think? Make sure to tell us in the comments below, and thank you guys for watching.
Later.